there, and welcome to Hectic Eclectic. Today we're going to talk about multitask reading. Is it really worth it to multitask read? We've discussed before about reading multiple books at one time, which I'm attempting because I've learned a couple tricks or two from a few of my readers. But I'm still struggle busing pretty hardcore. I mean, audiobooks do help to compartmentalize because the narrator's voice is obviously different from the voice I read in, but I still kind of like to focus on one book at a time. Speaking of focusing, what about reading or listening to a book while doing other things, which we'll call multitask reading? I think we can all agree that there are just not enough hours in the day, especially if you work a full-time job or you have a family to take care of, or both. That means you have to pick and choose what you want to do, or have to do because you can't really give up showering in my society, or you have to learn how to do multiple things at once, which some people still frown upon or dislike because it can lead to sloppy results due to lack of attention on one individual task. Still, there are so few hours in the day, and multitasking is already such a big thing that it only seems logical to try and multitask read. And I know people who do it. They'll listen to audiobooks while doing chores or driving, or they're that person who just has a book plastered to their face when they're walking to and from wherever they're going. But is this really such a good idea? I like the idea of multitask reading, don't get me wrong. I too have very few hours in the day, what with work, soon to be grad school again, blogging, YouTubing, peopling, walking my dog, etc., etc., etc. So I don't always have the time to reading the books I need to read, especially if I have a review deadline I have to meet. And being able to read while doing some of these other tasks would be very beneficial for me. But I just don't know if it'll work. Let me explain. I've tried listening to audiobooks while doing laundry, while driving, while at work, because it's actually allowed for me to listen to audiobooks at work. But I always end up missing some chunk of text. Some crazy driver tries to run me off the road. Something important arrives in my workflow that needs immediate attention. I can't find the matching pair to this dang sock. When this happens, my brain naturally deviates from the book I'm listening to, and by the time I remember I'm actually listening to an audiobook, I have no idea what the heck I missed. Was it important content? Was it filler? Do I still even know what's going on? Then I have to ask myself, well, do I rewind? How far do I rewind? How much did I actually miss? I know some people just keep going. They know they missed a piece, but they're not worried about it. And in my experience, those people aren't reviewers. As a reviewer, I don't want to review a book that I only digested half of. Reasons why I also don't DNF books. Or it just happens to be a book that I'm really enjoying and I don't want to miss any detail of what's going on. So I rewind. And then it happens again. And again. And again. Because life is full of interruptions, big and small. Even as I was writing the script for this video, I kept getting interrupted by small snippets of life that caused me to put the script on pause until I could get back around to working on it. It's because of that I have to wonder whether it's actually worth the hassle and the stress to try and multitask read. But what do you guys think? Do you multitask read? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week with another video on Hectic Eclectic. Bye! Or it just happens to be a book that I really enjoy, and I don't want to I just said oh my goodness. Was it filler? Was it actual good content? Do I still even know what's going on? I have no idea what I even missed. Was it good? Ow. Especially if I have a review deadline I have to meet. And being able to read some of these books while doing other just cut, whatever. About reading multiple books at once. And multiple books at once, which I'm attempting. But I think we can all agree that there are just not enough hours in the day, especially if you have Speaking of focusing, what about reading or listening to other... Speaking of focusing, what about reading other multitask reading.